The pizza box slipped from Jack's hands, splattering marinara sauce across the kitchen floor. The same moment his world shattered into 1,000 pieces. His wife, Emma, was leaving. Not just for a few days, not just for a vacation, she was leaving forever. "I can't do this anymore, Jack," Emma had said just moments before, her voice flat and final. "We're too different. The kids deserve better than this constant tension." 12-year-old Lily and 8-year-old Max stood frozen in the doorway, their eyes wide with a mixture of shock and confusion. Jack's heart broke, not just for himself but for them. That night, as moonlight spilled through the bedroom windows, Jack sat on the edge of his bed. The house was quiet, but his mind was loud with worry. How would he manage? He was a graphic designer who often worked late. How could he be both a father and a provider? He made a promise that night to himself and to his children. No matter what happened, they would face it together. The first few months were hard, really hard. Jack learned to make lunches, braid Lily's hair, help Max with his math homework. Some days he felt like he was failing, other days he felt like a superhero. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, everything changed again. Emma showed up at their door, looking different, softer, apologetic. "I want to be part of their lives again," she said, her eyes pleading. Jack's world tilted. He saw the hope flickering in Max's eyes, the careful hope in Lily's cautious smile. This wasn't just about him anymore. This was about two children who missed their mother. That evening, Jack did something he'd never done before. He called a family meeting. "I want to hear from both of you," he told Lily and Max. "How do you feel about Mom wanting to come back into our lives?" Lily spoke first, her voice trembling. "I miss her, but I'm also scared." Max nodded. "Will things be like before?" Jack realized then that healing wasn't about going back. It was about moving forward together. Weeks of careful conversations followed. Jack didn't rush. He listened. He watched. He protected his children's hearts. Emma started with supervised visits. Slowly, carefully, Jack saw how much she had changed, how much she genuinely wanted to reconnect. But he also knew that trust wasn't something given. It was earned. A year later, things looked different. Not perfect, but better. Emma had her own apartment nearby. She was part of the children's lives, but not in the way she used to be. Jack and Emma had learned to co-parent, to put their children first. Lily was becoming a confident teenager. Max was excelling in school. And Jack was learning that family isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. The summer after Emma's return was like walking on a tightrope, carefully balanced, always one step away from falling. Lily started high school that year, a transition that brought its own set of challenges. She was becoming her own person, wrestling with independence and identity. Jack noticed how she'd spend more time in her room, her phone buzzing with messages, her world expanding beyond their little family unit. One evening, during what Jack hoped would be a quiet dinner, Lily dropped a bombshell. "I want to spend next summer with Mom," she said, her voice challenging, eyes locked on Jack's. The silence that followed was thick with unspoken emotions. Max stopped mid-bite, his spoon hovering over his plate. Jack could feel the weight of the moment. This was more than just a summer plan. This was about loyalty, about healing, about finding her place in this new family landscape. Jack took a deep breath. He'd learned that listening was far more important than immediately responding. "Tell me more," he said softly. "What makes you want to spend the summer with your mom?" Lily's tough exterior cracked slightly. "I just want to know her, really know her. Not just the mom who left, but who she is now." Max watched the conversation like a tennis match, his eyes darting between his sister and father. Jack could see the mix of emotions in his son's face: curiosity, a hint of betrayal, uncertainty. "And how do you feel about this, Max?" Jack turned to his younger child. Max shrugged, a gesture that spoke volumes. "I'm not sure. I like things how they are now." Jack knew this moment was crucial. His response would shape not just the summer plans, but the trust between them. He thought about his own journey, how he'd learned that family isn't about ownership, but about love and understanding. "I think," Jack said carefully, "that it's brave of you to want to understand your mom better, and I want to support that." Emma was brought into the conversation not as a distant figure, but as a co-parent. They discussed logistics, emotions, expectations. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. The summer turned out differently than anyone expected. Lily's time with Emma wasn't just about reconnecting with her mother. It became a journey of self-discovery for all of them. Jack used the time to bond more deeply with Max. They took weekend camping trips, learned to cook together, shared secrets and laughter. Max, who had been quieter during the family's turbulent times, began to open up. "I'm glad you're my dad," Max said one night under the stars, a moment of vulnerability that nearly brought Jack to tears. When Lily returned, she was different, more confident, more understanding of the complexities that had led to her parents' separation. She brought stories of her summer, shared moments with Emma that were healing for everyone. "Mom's trying," Lily told Jack one afternoon. "She's not perfect, but she's trying." Jack realized that was all any of them could do. Try, learn, grow. Families, Jack had learned, were never static. They were living, breathing entities that changed and adapted. Some days were messy, some were magical, but they were always worth it. As Jack watched Lily help Max with his science project, he smiled. They weren't a traditional family, but they were strong. They were together.